Welcome to the VMware Managed Services Specialization video. The VMware Managed Services Specialization was built to help you deliver an unrivaled customer experience. We use this specialization to identify and support our most competent managed service provider partners and help you to differentiate your value to the customer. Obtaining the VMware Managed Services Specialization identifies you as having the technical knowledge, required tools, and mature processes and procedures in place to promote your competitive differentiation amongst customers. This specialization requires you to illustrate structured, mature, and repeatable processes, have a practice that is aligned with industry best practices, and illustrate that you have documents and records proving your processes implemented have followed your established procedures. To obtain the Managed Services Specialization, you're required to undergo a Service Validation Review, or SVR for short, to demonstrate compliance. A Service Validation Review is the process of validating a partner's capabilities against the VMware Managed Services Specialization requirements. VMware engages ISSI, an independent third-party audit company, for the review. ISSI manages the review process from your application all the way to conducting the actual review and issuing the final report. There are two types of SVRs, the document review and the practice review. The document review means you will submit the required documents to ISSI for validation via a secure portal. ISSI provides comments and feedback and may request additional materials. There is no live interactive session between you and ISSI. There is a third-party service validation review fee of $2,000. Please note that the document review process is applicable to partners that have achieved hyperscaler equivalent certifications. Reference the SVR document to see which hyperscaler certifications allow for the document review process. The practice review involves a 2-day interactive session between you, your subject matter experts, and the ISSI auditor. In this session, you'll be asked to explain your processes and show all relevant evidence. Technical and tool demonstrations may also be required. There is a third-party service validation review fee of $6,000. Next, let's review the components the SVR validates. There are 4 design principles and validation elements that we use to measure and support our most confident managed services partners. These include business management, assessment and design, operations and service management, and customer success. Each of these 4 design principles are used to validate the following: alignment with the VMware service support model, adoption of VMware best practices, successful demonstration of assessment, design, and service desk capabilities, established processes and procedures, demonstrated mature and repeatable practices to ensure consistency, successful enablement of a customer success practice, and finally, you have provided training and awareness. ISSI does offer an optional but recommended pre-validation assessment for partners. This pre-validation assessment will evaluate your operations against each of the practice review requirements. ISSI will help identify gaps and offer you suggestions and recommendations for closing those gaps via a written report. This session is conducted remotely and takes approximately 6 to 8 hours, and the cost for this optional review is $3,000. There are 2 important items to note when you are reviewing the SVR requirements. First, VMware is waiving the customer success portion of the service validation review if you have already obtained your VMware Customer Success Specialization. Second, We realize that there are some areas of overlap between the VMware Managed Services Specialization if you've already achieved a hyperscaler designation. So those areas which overlap have been waived. The Service Validation Review contains a list of all hyperscaler equivalent certifications and their associated exemption areas. Here is the overall process for obtaining the VMware Managed Services Specialization. Step 1. Review the Rules of Engagement and Service Validation Review on the Partner University Competency page, which describes the Service Validation Review process and how to initiate the SVR with ISSI. Step 2. Visit ISSI via a dedicated link specific to VMware, which is published on the VMware Partner University Competency page, and complete the request to ISSI on their website. ISSI will respond and verify which type of validation is required and will schedule the SVR. VMware is not informed of when or which partners request an SVR and is only informed when a partner completes an SVR with ISSI. Step 3. When the SVR is completed, ISSI will create and send a report to VMware via a dedicated email alias. This report contains the partner's name, primary contact, partner ID, if the Managed Services Specialization was recommended, and a list of SVR areas of partner strengths and weaknesses. Step 4. The VMware partner team will review the emailed report from ISSI and make the final decision to award or not award the Managed Services Specialization to the partner. Both ISSI, the partner, and the VMware Business Partner Manager, if applicable, will be informed of the decision. For more specific details about the VMware Managed Services Specialization, please refer to the Partner University Learning Module, VMware Managed Services Specialization. This module provides all the specifics for every aspect of this specialization, and you can download a copy of the Service Validation Review document.